video yesterday. I can't wait to talk about this.
Oh, what was it? Which? Oh yeah. Yeah, we're definitely. And it doesn't do it justice. I have to explain. It's so weird. That thing is weird. That creature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not just me goofing around. This isn't just a bunch of fakery, you guys. There's stuff going on.
Yeah, that's a goose that was dropped on his head when he was a baby.
Something, and the rest of them are following somehow. All right, we're recording now, and we will now count it down, and off we go. Ladies and germs, join us now, set a spell, and listen to this story we're going to tell called TMS. And it begins in 3, 2, 1. I didn't rhyme at all. Coming up on TMS, Mendoza is pissed.
Scott and Taylor have an agreement.
Spiderman and Batman finally have it out in the streets of New York.
Apple says they want you to have the right to refuse Bono's dumb glasses.
Thicke was thick when he made that blurred lines video.
Well done. Gay is the new straight.
Fitness, Geek, and more on this episode of The Morning Stream.
Girls, it seems that after you've helped to win the war, you'll still have another battle on your hands, and legs and things. The Battle of the Bulges. And here are some of the latest mechanized units on maneuvers, or rather womaneuvers. If you want to look like a sea nymph, you board the streamliner, and away you go to health and happiness. It curves you right. There's a tum and place for everything, but the tum isn't the right place. Well, it all started with a rib, and now it's a rub. Eve certainly moves with the times, and she's making sure that her moves will be graceful ones. The Battle of the Bulges is still on.
What is it going to take to wake you up?
The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream.
The Morning Stream, based on the novel Push by Sapphire.
The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream. The Morning Stream.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to The Morning Stream, Tuesday edition of The Morning Stream. I'm going to say all my days like Brian Dunaway from here on out. Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday. We're back. We're doing it. It's a Tuesday, and we're glad to be here.
Yeah.
Brian, how are you?
I'm good. And, you know, that placement of the Third Eagle clip, I couldn't have dreamed it would fit better anywhere else.
Yeah. What's odd about that that video, you should see it, because it's this World War II era post-war workout video showing all these ladies in, like, swim suits appropriate to the era.
Oh, no, I was talking about the Third Eagle clip.
Oh, this thing?
I was trying to visualize. Yeah,
What is it going to take to wake you up?
Oh, that.
Yeah, and then it answers the morning stream. It was perfect. It was, a question that was answered immediately.
Well,
okay, now tell me about the World War II Jane Fonda workout.
It was so stupid because there were just these machines that would like rub them. Like, okay, imagine like a ring around your leg that just goes like. It just kind of moves around, and that's supposed to work you out, or
like a belt sander.
Yeah, but worse. It wasn't even like those ones that go around your belly and they shake you, the belt things. It's kind of like that, but dumb. It was dumb. Like, what are you doing? What are we doing? What are human beings making all the time? We're We're the worst. I know. You know we've got some talent. All right, I got a video to share with you. It's audio only, obviously, for you home listeners, and, well, everybody, really, except Brian's seen this. But I just want to play this, and this will give you an idea of what I dealt with yesterday. So here you go, right here.
All right, there he is. Started going crazy as soon as I got here. Hey, come here. Come here, dude. Come here. Come here. Come here.
All right, so.
Wow.
Now, what I want to make clear about that 15 seconds of Instagram video is that before I got there, utter silence on the lake. There's no sound. And now you might say to yourself, oh, because you're a human being, maybe they expect bread. You know, you could make this argument. But there were 5 or 6 people there. 2 guys were fishing. A couple was sitting on a bench. Some other guy was on another bench talking on a phone, just kind of hanging out during a lunch break or something. There were human beings there to disrupt the natural order of things. And they were walking around and they were talking, and these birds were not doing a thing, not making a sound.
Right,
there was a kid flopping around by the edge of the lake going, Dad, ducks, or whatever. And the ducks are just kind of idly wandering around. They're all gathered around the kingpin. He's in the middle. And he's the one, by the way, with that long neck making that terrible sound.
Right. Yeah, you can hear all the other geese in there.
Yeah.
And then he's got this screeching.
Death screech. And they're all surrounding him, ducks and geese alike. in this big wad of foul, right? And I walk up, and I'm not kidding you. I just think on the random happenstance, hey, I may see him today. Let me go see if I can go over there and see him by the dock. As soon as they glimpse me, I haven't said a word. No one, and there are, again, people everywhere. As soon as I get seen, they go into that sound. The wall of sound begins from the birds. Now, you tell me there isn't something going on there. Like, at some point, I realize, it's a lark. Scott's just goofing with this bird. Ah, ha, ha. Dude,
right.
Something's going on. Like, why would they freak out when they see me? There's a reputation.
There's something going on there, like a little,
something.
They recognize you, or at least Mendoza does it. He got them all set off.
Well, who was the first one to go, Caw! And the rest of them went, blah, 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 and they all started freaking out. So I think it's got something to do maybe with the time he put his head down and chased me. Well, the 2 times he did that. And maybe those birds are smart enough to recognize that person. And then that little weird dance he was doing in the lake was like this weird, methodic, like circling motion. And he was keeping the other birds at next length. And I'm telling you, I'm a little bit weirded out now. Now I don't know where this ends. I don't know how this goes down. What's the final confrontation? Is it me shooting the bird? Is it what is it? I don't know what happens next.
You will outlive the goose. That's kind of a given.
So should I just take that?
I don't know what the lifespan of a goose is, but I'm pretty sure
it's under that of a human's. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then do I take? Is that where my satisfaction comes from? I take the special road and say, you know what?
You take the humanity high road and say, carry on all you want, Mendoza.
You bastard.
Guess which one of us is going to be around in 5 years?
I feel like that retiring FBI agent who never quite caught the drug lord in Mexico, and the Mexican drug lord still wallowing in his money, laughing at me. And I can't retire. They got to bring me out of retirement. I got to fix this. I got to Denzel Washington in this thing and protect Dakota Fanning under all costs. I don't know what I got to do, but I'll figure it out. Also, don't know if you saw this. I'll send you this link. My sister-in-law, who's awesome, made this. Okay. It's in the chat, and it's also in your Skype there. She made these toppers for the wedding cake, for the bride and groom. And it occurs to me, after taking a photo of it, that I think my daughter might be marrying John Hodgman.
It looks like those old Apple commercials with
Apple
Justin Long and John Hodgman, and Justin Long just happens to be wearing a dress.
I'm a Mac and I'm a PC ones, exactly.
Oh, except for the hair.
But he's wearing like the same suit. It's the same color. Like that kind of freaked me out when I looked at it.
Those look awesome though. Those are so cute.
Now, I dare you to try to explain to me, because I've yet to find it. I took this photo and then couldn't find the little thing that's photobombing us behind there. Do you know what that is?
Oh, the little looks like an upside down ice cream cone with a
like almost a pumpkin underneath.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is, because after I took the photo, I went, "Oh, what is that?" And I went back up there. Nothing there.
And you couldn't see it?
Nope. My life's haunted. There's a goose out to kill me. There's John Hodgman's a little dude, and there's a thing in the photo.
You're being photobombed by the by the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yeah. And then last night we're having dinner. Nice, lovely little turkey spaghetti thing my wife makes is fantastic. We're all hanging out. There's multiple couples there because Kim's her sister and brother came over, and we're all hanging out. And a fan of the show was there, who's down from Idaho here for a job interview with Steve's company, and that just happened to kind of a weird, crazy happenstance that he's even there. And so we're all hanging out, having a good time. And then that tooth falls out again.
Oh, no.
Now, I think it's from heat. Like the heat loosened it up or something from the spaghetti, you know? Anyway, I yell shit, of course, as loud as I can. And
of course, because that's what you do.
I went into the bathroom, and hadn't totally fallen out this time. It had just kind of dislodged itself. So I bit down on it, and it made this sound. You ready?
Oh no! Oh no!
It went like this. It went. It made a little tooth fart, and I think there was just a little air in there. Anyway, I don't know what to do about it. It's back in, and it seems to be holding, but it's not going to be permanent. Obviously, the first piece of gum I eat, it's out. I'm sure. So I got to decide what I'm doing.
Bread and chai.
Yeah, well here's the problem, because the existing thing didn't stick. that means they probably have to replace it and do a whole new mold or whatever. That means a big giant trip to the dentist, but it's going to take a bunch of time, which I don't have between now and the wedding. So I have a choice. I either do this right after the wedding, or I go in like today or tomorrow and do it and hope for the best and have a ton of money late. I don't think I can handle doing it I think I need to wait. I think I need to just be careful what I eat, keep this thing nice and snug, get through the wedding weekend, next Wednesday, Thursday, then talk about what it means to go to the dentist and how much it's going to cost to have a freaking new gold inlay made and put in my face.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, didn't they try to fix it on Friday last week?
They did. They have cemented it, and it's
but
holding.
if it didn't take, why should you have to pay again?
Well, because it's the old filling, and they would just argue, well, we thought that would fall apart. They even said that. They said, this thing's not going to be long for this world. It's been there since I was 18. I've had it since I was a teenager.
All right. So they told you that in there is going to be a temporary solution.
Oh, very much so, yeah.
Okay.
And for all they knew, and they kind of had a theory that I bit it when it came out, and it bent it a little bit because it's gold, highly malleable gold.
Right.
I mean, dude, if I was in World War II, they'd be harvesting my face right now. They'd be stealing these things.
It'd be
that's how it'd go.
It'd be worth at least 3 horses.
Right.
Big Al suggests that maybe next time you go in, you have him use animanium.
Yeah, maybe animanium next time. That guy was on to something.
Used animanium.
Hate teeth. Can I just say this? Here's my goal. One day when I make people, I'm going to make people one day. Okay.
If only they'd use animanium like Wolverine Man.
That's right, Wolverine Man. So here's what I'm going to do. Yeah. No teeth. We're going to come up with a better solution. All right? Okay. I don't care what it is. Just straight-ass bone coming out of our face. Whatever it needs to be. No teeth. We evolve.
This is the next
phase.
The next major evolution.
When I'm in charge, or if we can just reset the whole thing, let me be Zeus, and I'll do the whole thing, okay? Right. No teeth. No pinkies. We don't need that stupid finger. No pinkies. They're gone. Out. Finished. No more pinkies. Third... no more barfing. That's off. That's out of the picture. All right, you can't barf anymore. And we will immediately from humanity's birth, we'll be able to beam poo out of ourselves. Those are my big changes.
I love it. I can't wait for the future. The future is going to be awesome.
It's bright. The future's bright, right?
It is.
It's a bright future.
Turn shades. Yeah.
Anyway, and we also picked our dance song. Taylor and I did. If you follow that Instagram account at Extra Life on Instagram, you can see
I saw that in the notes here. Well, that's good. That's awesome. Despite all my great suggestions.
Your suggestions. So here's the deal. We had about 7 songs I had kind of mulled around, and then I took all of yours, put them in there, and then a couple that Taylor had liked, and we put them all in one big pile. And then her and I sat down last night. And we went through every single song together.
Oh, wow.
And we settled on one. It turns out mostly for nostalgic reasons. I'll play a piece of it here. Let's see. Where is it? Hold on. Okay, hang on. I should have made a playlist of these, but I didn't. Okay, here we go. All right, so we made a so when she was a younger kid, I was really into playing for the kids a bunch of Nickel Creek music. I'm a real big fan of that stuff.
Nickel Creek, yeah.
So the Fox and the whatever that Fox song, the kids would just sing in the back of the car. It was so much fun, and they were like, I don't know, Taylor would have been maybe 10, Carter would have been like 7, Nick was like 4. Okay, so they were really into it when they were little. And one song, just for whatever reason, just kind of became me and Taylor's song, and we'd kind of forgotten about it. And it's "When You Come Back Down" by Nickel Creek, which is this song here.
Okay.
Let's play a taste of it before YouTube shuts it off. It's jerks. Let's get a little deep into it here.
You gotta leave me now. You got to go alone. You gotta chase a dream.
So it's super sappy.
Oh, that's
sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's good, and we like it.
And that
so
fits that whole like bluegrass kind of new current vibe. That's very cool.
Kind of my whole jam, generally. And she got all teary when she heard it. And she goes, "I think that's the one." I said, "Okay, great." So that's the one we're gonna do.
Well, I retract my suggestion for Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins.
I like your Danger Zone suggestion. I liked all your suggestions. In fact, I think you took a very close second with a couple of Lucky You suggestions.
Oh, yeah.
And there was one other. Oh, one you played recently on the show, the Landslide cover by. Who is that? We just did it like a couple days ago, or maybe a week ago. No. It's a long time ago. I'm sorry. This is the old Dixie Chicks one you played for me.
I was going to say it wasn't recent, but was the Dixie Chicks version that I played?
Yeah. And my daughters used to call them Dipsy Chips. So that had a cute connection because she called them Dipsy Chips when she was little.
Oh, that's adorable.
And it's a really nice version of that song. So that almost made it. Was another one. And then one you just did. Oh, what was this song? Is it Fire and Rain?
Oh yeah.
By
oh, but that's such a sad song. Like the whole reason for its creation.
That's why we didn't do it, because
Yeah.
Taylor goes, I love that one, but it's kind of grim. I said, yeah, you're probably
Kind of grim. It's kind of about somebody who yeah.
yeah. It's something a little more of happy future
Right,
thinking.
right.
So anyway,
I thought that when I sent you that list, I was thinking, oh, I bet he's going to totally dig that Daughter by Loudon Wainwright. It's funny that we played Rufus Wainwright.
oh yeah,
on the show yesterday, but
that
that
one
Loudon
also,
Wainwright.
yeah, it's good.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, she liked that one. There was a lot, and then I came real close to a Seth MacFarlane song, one of his croonery songs.
I'm telling you, crooner would have been a good way to go too. But
Yeah.
I think you guys made the right choice. That sounds like a great song.
So there's some closure on that, folks. Hope you enjoyed my journey to pick a song to dance with Taylor with at the dance. No, can you feel the love tonight? No way, Jose.
Can you feel the love?
Gosh.
tonight?
Plus, you know what that song's about, Brian? It's about a couple of
feeling the love.
It's a couple of lions doing it. It's about mating. It's about animals mating is what it is. Because that's what they're trying to get them to do. Get those two
Right.
together and have a pride of their own. That's what that is.
Right. Exactly.
Hello? It's my daughter I'm talking about here. Come on. All right. We have clearly burnt that midnight oil.
John's like, no, it's about the wholesomeness of just feeling the love in the Serengeti.
Yeah. Try to ignore the fact that I look like your
All
mother.
of a sudden, I sound like Nigel Tufnell. This one's called "Lick My Love Pump."
You do sound like Nigel Tufnell. What's going on over there? All right. What are we doing? I don't know. This maybe. How about this? It is Stump a Trek Nerd, and it is brought to you by.
It's brought to you by Days on Daldwin, isn't it? Days on Daldwin. Hello, Scott and Brian. I just published my first comic book, Days on Daldwin, on Comixology. So look for it there, or go to dombardal.com and click on the banner there. That's DOMBARDAL.com. Love drawing while listening to the show.
I like it.
So,
I like it. Doing drawings.
drawings.
Hey, Daryl, what's up?
Yes.
So that is your son that said that.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah, that's cool. I had no idea when I played that. Now it has his name on it, and now I will forever know.
Yeah, it sounded kind of like him, and so yeah.
Would that have been about right? Circa 2011, he'd have been. That was 4 years ago, I guess. Weird.
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah.
A lot happens in a young lad's life between 4 years, don't you think? Like that's a lot of growth right there.
Yeah.
I mean, none
That's
of
like
us changed much. We're all just a little weirder and older, but
That's like a third of his life.
Right. That was back before you'd never heard Daryl say on the street anyway. Now he would. Daryl's the Trek nerd. He's comes on the show to Star Trek trivia, and we have him answer those Star Trek trivia questions as compiled by Mike Iceworm Boyd, and they're great. They're always fun. Today is a Next Generation question, and it's in the traditional way. It's a little question, some impossible answers, and then a clip at the end, like the old days. Here you go. In the Next Generation episode, Birthright Part 1, the Enterprise is helping the Bajorans rebuild their aqueduct systems and remove their stupid ridge noses. Crusher, I put that part in.
It helps keep their sunglasses from sliding down.
That's a really interesting point about the advantages of it, because otherwise
Yes,
it's
exactly.
annoying. Yeah,
it's an evolutionary improvement, is what we're saying.
yeah. Culture. Crusher is working on some water analysis and tells Gene Luck Pickard about a relaxation program on one of Deep Space Nine's holosuites. What planet does Skeletor tell Picard the setting for this holosuite program comes from? Is it A, Monac 4, or Monarch 4? I don't know how you'd say it. B, Borca 6. Borca 6. Borca 6.
Porca 6.
C is Solarian 4, or D is Altour 7. Altour 7.
Altour.
Yeah. Alture is how he spelled it here. I don't know if that's
Okay.
proper.
Monarch, Borka, Solari, and Altour.
Yeah, those are your options. Who cares about the numbers?
Law firm of.
The law firm of Monarch, Borka, Solarian, and Altour. Boy, Borka's a real dick, though. They wish they could.
Have you been injured in an accident on a space cruiser?
Hi, I'm Roger Borka, and this is my partner, Bill Monarch. All right. Daryl, while you shuffle that around in your wee head, let's play a little game called this.
Are you hungry?
Aren't you hungry?
What's a foodie?
I think we should do another one of these drinks to get them out of the way. This aloe vera drink or the papaya pineapple. Or do you guys have something different?
I don't have a papaya pineapple. I do have an aloe vera drink with honey.
Yeah,
this
that's
can looks like it's been thrown at.
Is yours dented too?
Oh yeah, severely, like a couple dents.
Mine too.
I have that too.
Is yours dented?
Yeah, they're all dented.
What the heck? That makes
Maybe
me
that's
nervous.
how they come out of the factory.
That makes me slightly nervous.
They're kind
Maybe
of
instead
vacuum.
of just with one of those cool little 6-pack holders, maybe they just shove them into a crate.
Yeah, right.
Try and jam as many in as possible.
This is a product of Thailand, or a Producto de Thailandia, is what it says there on the bottom. Do you think these are? It's only bad when a can bulges, not when it's dented, right? Isn't that the deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't even know if that's bad. It's just the pressure is. It's not like that Pepsi is spoiled. It's just you want to open it away from the face.
That's a good point.
Maybe this was packed at a high altitude or something.
Could have been. Could have been.
Oh,
or
just-
is your dent? Let me ask you this: is your dent near the seam in the back?
No.
Oh, well, I have
mine is.
I have a theory about that. If it's
My dent is right on the seam.
Is it? Same here. So that makes me wonder if just it's weak over there. And then if you do have the big altitude change or some other reason, it's just more likely to buckle there because the seam is weak. See, I have a theory, but Daryl says it's not there.
Maybe it's actually form fitted like that so that you can pick it up better with your hand. Because I'm noticing that if I hold it to where the spout will be going towards my mouth, my thumb goes right into one dent, and my index finger goes right into the other dent. It's almost like perfect. Like
maybe it was manhandled by some strong Thailandian.
Maybe.
The Thailandians.
I wish this were colder.
Yeah, mine's kind of cold actually. It's been cold down here, so let's
chill and shake well for better flavor.
Shake well. Oh yeah.
It's get that good aloe vera lotion all mixed up in the bath water.
And I've had aloe vera juice before. I have a feeling this will be not that big a deal for me, but I don't know about the combo here or the preserved state of it. So here we go. We're gonna crack this open. Oh yeah, I like that satisfying pop. Okay.
Well, the dent didn't go away.
It is a little fizzy.
I popped my dent out.
Really?
You're an anti-dentite.
Squeezed it.
Do you smell the... There's nothing to smell.
I smell kind of a fruity smell.
Just a tiny hint of fruit. At least it doesn't smell like aloe vera lotion.
Okay, here goes. I'm nervous. Here goes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, nope.
Why is there stuff floating in it?
Yes, there's stuff floating in it.
Yeah, it says on the side that those are chunks of... Hold on.
Chunks of bees?
Chunks of bees. The ground up remains of the bees who made the honey. It doesn't say, but on the front, let's see, on the front there's this picture, the aloe vera plant, the honeycomb, and then there's those cubes.
Oh, like from yesterday.
Yeah, I wonder if those are little fruit cubes.
They love those cubes.
So that's not good. I don't like it at all.
He hates these cubes.
I will not drink that again. That's terrible. Did you guys like that? I didn't
not like it one bit, sir.
No,
sir. I didn't like it.
I do not want chunky things floating in my beverages.
It's a great Dr. Seuss
book. That's only slightly better than thick and liquid.
I do not want them in my thick and liquid.
Irony Man says coconut chunks, and I say, how come there's nothing on the label that says anything about coconut?
Yeah, all they show is these cubes, and they're mystery cubes. There's no description of what those cubes are. There is something there that says con mail, but that sounds more like a slogan. Like, or that
doesn't that mean with
man?
With man? I think it means con man is what it means. We've been conned. All right, great. I'm not doing that ever again. That was gross. That was really gross. Yesterday's drink was lovely and delightful. That was terrible. That one right there.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
I do not like it, sir.
Daryl, do we have a birthday?
We do, and that would be Nick Sagan. He is 44 today. Is the son of Carl Sagan.
Oh, nice.
And he wrote 2 episodes of TNG, and 5 episodes of Voyager.
So, does he have the same? Does he carry his dad's legacy on? Is he like Mr. Science Man and all that kind of stuff, or is he just? It was just like, oh, Carl Sagan's son. That'd be fun if he wrote Star Trek. Like, how does that work? I wonder.
He went to school for filmmaking, and then wrote a bunch and did some for Star Trek. So he's not. I don't think he's Mr. Science Man as much as Dad was.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you guys know how much I love? Sorry, sounds like it's totally unrelated, but it reminded me of this because of the father-son thing. Well, that's funny. Corinne just texted me. She says, talking about chunks of bees made me miss playing Banjo-Kazooie for some reason, LOL. I don't know why that would be, but
really funny. Anyway,
I'm rewatching John Adams, HBO's John Adams, the miniseries. Yeah. It's on Amazon Prime.
Giamatti, Paul Giamatti.
It's fantastic. I loved it when it first came out. I adore it. I think it's fantastic. And but it reminded me of that whole father-son thing because, man, for a guy who had such amazing resilience and like focus on what he wanted to do with American Constitution and with the Declaration of Independence and working with France to oppose Britain and all this stuff. Like, the guy is hardcore. Some serious history with that guy. He had the worst time with his kids and wife. He's just like the worst. Like, and for some reason, you bringing up the Carl Sagan thing, it reminded me of this, where he's like trying to get John Quincy Adams to follow in his footsteps, to not be interested in a girl. He should focus on his work at Harvard. You got to be a lawyer and all this kind of stuff, and just created this giant schism between his son. I just wonder what that's like with the Sagans, right? Is it just sitting around going, you need to be more interested in why the universe is so large. But Dad, I want to dance! Like, how did that go? I would love to be at a Sagan dinner party, you know?
Right.
Anyway.
Stifling my creativity.
I'm feeling existential
billions
today.
And billions of days I want to dance.
Dad, there's billions and billions of girls to meet. The stuff you're doing is boring. All right. Daryl, back to it. What are we doing? Birthday. You did it. Let's go back to the question. Yeah. Question then is which one of these movies, the Monarch, planets, Borak, Borka? Sorry, there is no Borak. Borka.
High five.
My wife. Monarch, Borka, Solarian, and Altur. Which of those planets was this holosuite deal based upon?
I don't remember this being that great of an episode.
Yeah, I don't remember it at all. To be honest. Like, I have no memory of this.
I remember her scooping the water.
This had to have been post-season 5 or 6 whenever Deep Space Nine was on, because it's a DS9 thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the numbers? There's 4, 6...
4, 6, 4, and 7.
Ah, okay. I'm going to cross out the 4s.
All right.
For no reason other than they're 4s.
They're annoying you, right?
Sure.
Those damn 4s out of my sight.
4s.
So it's between Borka and Altur. I always thought it was Altair.
Well, you're thinking of the Assassin's Creed guy. Altair. It's spelled A-L-T-U. Well, I don't know how you pronounce it, but A-L-T-U-R-E. So I assume Altur.
Yeah.
Or Altur.
Borka. That's like Swedish or something.
Yeah, right?
Borka.
Meatballs and stuff.
Bunch of Muppets with chef's hats running around on that planet.
Yep. Best planet ever.
I think I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to cross out Borka, and I'm going to choose Altur because it has 7 in it.
All right. Well, I like your thinking. Boy, people
Lucky
at home,
7.
Look at the knowledge on Star Trek on display here, everybody. Amazing.
It's probably wrong, but oh well.
Well, let's find out. Is it? Oh, it turns out it's right.
Congratulations.
Oh,
you're a winner.
Lucky bugger. It says that it's the setting for this holosuite program. Picard says he is too busy talking to the Bajorans about water management. Here's a clip.
I should be through with the water contaminant analysis in a few hours. Then I'm going to check out one of the holosuites. They have a relaxation program here, Jean-Luc, from Altur 7. Listen to this. First, they bathe you in a protein bath. Then a cloud of chromovapor carries you into a meditation chamber. You should try it.
Well, I'll be too busy. discussing the finer points of water management with 10 Bajoran bureaucrats. And they won't be carrying me on a cloud of chromal vapor.
Oh, gosh.
Then they slather you with rich creamery butter.
That's great. When you're here, your family. It did start to sound like a restaurant or something.
It did, didn't it? Yeah.
There you go, Daryl. Nice job. You've aced your first 2 days of the test that is this week in TMS history. Tomorrow you get a chance to do it again. And then on Thursday again.
I think Scott just invented a new podcast, This Week in TMS History.
Yeah, This Week in TMS History. I'll illustrate it, make a book. Daryl is the Trek Nerd, and you can find that name on Twitter. Follow him. You'll be glad you did. He's also in This Week in Trek and thisweekintrek.com. What's the other one? The Grumpy Cast. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Cam and Chamberlain doing their deal being all grumpy and stuff. Daryl, why don't we play a game with you now? What is it called?
Borg or bees?
Ooh, Borg or bees. Bees, millions of bees. I actually have a theme for you. Here you go.
Green leaves and sticks?
All right. Go ahead.
Fumagillin bee.
Fumagillin bee?
Fumagillin bee. I see what he's trying to do there.
Yeah.
Would you spell that for us?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay. Fumagillin. And with a B on the end.
And the B,
letter B or B-E-E?
Just B.
It's just a B. Just a dash B.
See, that's what I was thinking. Is like a like Altour 7. It's from Magellan B.
Yeah. I think that's
Preparation H.
I think this pretty much makes this a given that it's a Star Trek thing. It has to be.
Borg thing, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be. So is it?
It is an antibiotic powder for bees.
Oh, what? Dude, that was kind of masterful, to be honest. Good Lord.
He held that other hand behind his back and
pulled it out, and his wiener was in it. All right, what are we doing? Let's do the news.
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
It's the news,
and it's brought to you by hold on, this gets one of these.
Oh, sweet.
My Superhero Cat.
Oh.
A crowd-funded children's book about a normal cat with extraordinary powers, perfect for nerd parents and children of any age. With spectacular illustrations and a heartwarming story, it is sure to be your child's new favorite book. Get My Superhero Cat today, or in print from Amazon for $6, or for your Kindle for only $2.99.
That's awesome. My favorite part of that was you put
how it cuts off the echo.
Yeah, or at the first part you said get and then turned it on before you were finished saying get, so get had a sweet echo. You said get my superhero cat today. That was awesome. Spiderman, you know the Spiderman.
Spiderman.
He's got the powers. Got bit by a spider, and now he can shoot webs out of his.
Spider-Man. What's his power?
It's who knows anymore. Let's see here. To be less lucrative than all the other Marvel movies. Excelsior. Batman was also involved in this. Batman. They've both been arrested.
Nice.
After alleged Times Square brawl.
Oh, I'm sure this is on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Should be by now. I don't know if you saw the one with SpongeBob not long ago. That was a good one.
No. I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often, especially when you get the ones on the strip that that chase after you if you have a picture taken with them.
Yep.
You have this minion chasing after you. $5.
$5. Give me $5. And they get that permanent smile on their face. It's really unnerving. I don't like that when they're mad but they've got the SpongeBob face grinning. That's a bad combo.
I told you that last time I was in Vegas in August.
Yeah.
Walking from one end of the strip. So basically walking from MGM Grand to to Guy Fieri's Flavortown, which is over at the Quad.
Yeah.
Which had the best wings, some of the best wings I've ever had in my life, I hate to admit.
Ooh.
But walking from one to the other, we passed 12 minions. 12 people dressed up as Despicable Me minions.
That seems like a new trend then.
It is. It seems like it must be the easiest costume to make, which surprises me because it's like a big pill.
Yeah, like a big dome, right? Like,
at least, if you want to be Bumblebee, you go to the nearest junkyard and find car pieces and staple them to you. But
yeah. Is that what they do? They just get car pieces and staple them to them?
I don't know if that's exactly what they do. I don't know this old cosplay thing, Scott.
Some of that stuff's pretty good. Like, some of those guys do really good work. Mm-hmm. Some of them are terrible.
It would be a good question for Chinbeard later when he's on is all right, let's say you're tasked with creating a Despicable Me minion costume. what do you use for the armature? Like, how do you build this?
Yeah, good point. And I'd like to know from him, how does the cosplay community view those Vegas street guys? Like, I'd like to know. Are they considered outcasts? Are they the redheaded stepchildren of cosplay?
Right.
Yeah,
I think it's probably
question.
the same way that that professional ministers view street preachers.
Probably, yeah. Or yeah, I mean, probably any street version of whatever.
Or how the real Batman would view this guy here on Times Square.
Yeah. Or how like a Mexican restaurant views taco vendors on the street. Like, there's probably some kind of, there's probably some discrimination on all fronts, is my guess. We'll ask him. We'll find out. 2 costume characters in New York City's Times Square are arrested on Saturday, right along with a third man. Third man! What's his power?
A third man?
Yeah, third man.
Able to be there when the other two just can't. Sorry, I was looking at the video that Captain Kipper posted.
Oh, is there a video of this
video
thing?
of the battle, yes.
Oh, no way, dude.
Third man, plainly visible in the background when first man and second man are battling. Excelsior.
And then Superman
arrested on a lesser charge.
turned Times Square into a real superhero battleground over the weekend.
Okay.
An all-out brawl led to the arrest of both costumed characters and a third man. CBS 2's Matt
Third man.
Kozar has more.
And there he is right there.
Yeah.
The fight broke out here on 44th and Broadway Saturday night between Batman, Spider-Man, and a third person who cops say heckled the superheroes. The costume characters responded with punches. All 3 spent the night in jail.
Some superhero we can't identify.
Yeah, and then now they're talking to, who's this guy?
Really bad. I think it makes us look bad.
Costume?
No, you make yourself look bad. What were you dressed as? Oh, is it this guy? Is it the Statue of Liberty guy?
I don't know.
I think it's the gold Statue of Liberty.
Characters in Times Square speaking out after new arrests. Police have charged 41-year-old Jose Martinez, dressed as Batman, 35-year-old Abdel El Kahize, dressed as Spider-Man.
I don't know, is this guy the mayor? Who's this guy that's at about, in that video you're looking at, about 1 minute 15 seconds
and
in?
23-year-old Thomas Ward with
1 minute 12
assault.
seconds.
In July, we incidents involving costumed characters. Like Spider-Man, who webbed himself into police custody this summer by punching a cop. City Councilman Andy King sponsoring
his suit is awesome.
Doesn't he look like a DC a mayor? Like
yes. We don't know what's going on. The Daily Planet will be here to yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. Also, I like the crossover. Little Marvel, little DC. This is great.
Yes, right.
In New York, the home of Spider-Man. Oh, yeah.
It's Amalgam Comics happening right there.
I like it. Anyway, this stuff's pretty funny. Let's see. Apple. Oh, there's an Apple story here. This is for Richard out there.
Richard.
Yeah, tune out, buddy.
Tune out, Richard.
It's
Now's
actually
a good time for you to go refill your coffee.
Actually, he probably likes this one. Apple shows iTunes users how to delete that U2 album they forced on everybody. So they did this thing at the end of that stage thing where they made this big fake show out of, hey, well, we give away an album. It was really painful to watch, actually. I hated that part.
Yes, that whole stage, like, what if we could get this album into everybody's hands? Oh, that would take a lot of work.
Yeah, that'd take a lot of work. Edge, what do you think? I don't know. I never take this hat off. I don't even know who I am anymore. Anyway, so they said, so here's the deal. Apple has created a way for iTunes users to easily remove U2's newest album from their accounts less than a week after placing it there for free. The album, titled Songs of Innocence, was automatically downloaded to 500 million iCloud accounts in 119 countries across the world 6 days ago, scheduled to coincide with the launch of the iPhone 6 and the iWatch. They called that wrong, and that launches until next spring, you idiots at USA Today.
Right.
The giveaway, marking the beginning of a marketing collaboration between the band and Apple, backfired in the face of user complaints about having the 11 songs synced to their devices without their permission. In response, Apple set up an iTunes SOI remove, whatever the hell that is, which allows customers to delete the album in just one click.
Innocence.
I got it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's iTunes.com/SOI.
Yes.
Those who choose to do it will have until October 13th to download it again without being charged.
So if you do decide you don't want it, but then you decide you do want it, you bet you've only got until October 13th.
Heard a lot of mixed reviews on the music itself.
No, it's not bad. I listened
some like it. Yeah,
listened to a little bit yesterday. It sounds like a U2 album, honestly. I mean, I
think it's probably tainted a little bit for some people just because of the way this thing is happening. And sometimes free isn't better, you know? Sometimes you want things to have a value on it, and I feel like this kind of devalued it a little bit. And, you know, what do they care? They're billionaires. They're just sitting around on their money going, you know what would be great? If we could make another important album like Sunday Bloody Sunday. Anyway, it is what it is. I don't care. Fine, sync it, give it to me. I don't care, whatever.
I'd like to get some of the copies that people are turning back in case I want to listen to the album on repeat.
Oh, yeah, right?
Isn't that how that works?
Yeah, that's exactly how it works. It's like they're actual physical things, Brian. You can just have as many as you want.
By the way, Tadpooler7537 just jumped into the chat to let me know that Davy Jones is dead.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We're aware.
We're aware.
We figured that out. Davy Jones is dead.
Just because you listened to Film Sack today doesn't mean it happened today.
I get that a lot.
I'm kidding, Tadpooler. Yeah, I know a lot of people on Twitter. Yes. I think we talked about it yesterday.
Yeah. We brought it. It came up on Film Sack. I don't know if Randy's come to grips with it yet, but I know we have.
Well, and here's the funny thing. Somebody pointed out that I even did a Coverville tribute episode in honor of Davy Jones's death. So.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay, now that is pretty egregious.
That's
you have to
pretty
admit.
funny.
Yeah, that's really good. But we do so much stuff. I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember. What did we say 2 days ago? Like, Wendy even emailed me and she goes, did I say something bad about such and such on a therapy show like 2 episodes ago? And I go, I don't know. She goes, I don't remember anything we said.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's how that. Welcome to podcasting. It's how that works. Who knows, man? People hold weird stuff against you later on. I'll hold this against you. If you don't go out right now and find out if HelloFresh delivers in your area, then I'll hold that against you, dear listener, because if they do, I'm here to not only save you money, but turn you on to something rad. That's interesting. Hold on, I got another text. I got to clear that. Okay, goodbye. Yeah, HelloFresh, man. HelloFresh.com, making cooking fun again. Like, you know, cooking's not all that fun for me, but when they send you these farm fresh ingredients to your door, and you're like, oh my gosh, everything I need is like right freaking here.
It's like a party. It's like when you're on one of those. It's like the magic of being on one of those cooking shows on TV, where every ingredient you need is already in a little glass bowl on your kitchen counter.
Yeah,
and you can just say, oh, 3 ounces of this. Here it is, already measured out. Dump it right into the thing.
You can pretend you even have a lovely one of those show hosts with you, like that Giardia or whatever her name is. What's her name?
Right.
Giardia?
It's a Giada De Laurentiis.
Giardia De Laurentiis. Got it.
She's pretty, but boy, does she have a big head in comparison to the rest of her body.
Well, she had her nose done, and I think that actually made her look weird. I think she should have kept a bigger Italian nose. I think it was cute. She looked fine. You know, if you want to go get some plastic surgery, how about that Guy Fieri? How about you go change a few things about yourself, buddy? How about you get some normal hair and not a stupid face? How about that? Anyway, go get them now. HelloFresh.com is the place. We'll give you 50% off your first order if you do, and they are expanding like crazy right now. It turns out they're like all over the damn place. And very suddenly, it's a morning stream, all one word, for 50% off for first-time customers. That's at HelloFresh.com. Go check them out. I think you guys will be happy if you do. I really do. All right, let's do this.
If communists have attempted to inject their propaganda into the motion picture, they have failed miserably.
It's Celebrity Poop, brought to you by
bread. It should not make your fillings fall out. Stupid bread.
Stupid bread. It was bread again. What's that about? Bread. Ugh. I hate bread. Robin Thicke.
Should be able to trust bread.
You should be able to trust bread.
Should be one of those things in life.
I agree. You know the Robin Thicke, right? He's the junior Thicke.
He's the Alan Thicke offspring.
Yes, the Alan Thicke offshoot. He's got that blurred lines video, and that video, they made 2 versions of that video. You know, they got the
a
naked one, and
edited version, and a non-edited version.
Yeah, and the edited one has footage of the ladies with their clothes on. And then they got a non-version where they're all running around naked.
They are, indeed.
Well, his controversial life has just gotten cloudier. Thicke confessed. He confessed in a GQ interview and some other stuff, some Hollywood Reporter show, that he was high on drugs and alcohol when the hit song he insists is not a ripoff of Marvin Gaye's Got to Give It Up was written. He was high on drugs and alcohol. Yep. These are part of court depositions acquired by this Hollywood Reporter show. I was high on Vicodin and alcohol when I showed up at the studio, Thicke said when he asked if he was present during the creation of the hit. My recollection is when I made the song, I wanted to be more involved than I actually was by that time. 9 months later, it became a huge hit, and I wanted credit, he continued, backtracking on previous statements. Thicke initially stated to Geek magazine in May 2013, Farrell and I, you know Farrell the hat, you know that guy?
The hat, yeah, the Canadian Mountie.
If you're happy, that let it show, or whatever his song is.
That's exactly.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
We're all meant to get happy.
Yeah, we're all. That's the one. Farrell and I were in the studio, and I told him that one of my favorite songs of all time was Marvin Gaye's "Got to Give It Up." I was like, "Damn, we should make something like that, yo, something with groove," unquote. Then he started playing a little something, and we literally wrote that song in about a half an hour and recorded it.
No way. That song was written in half an hour?
No.
Unbelievable.
It sounds so much more complicated and structurally complex than you're making it sound like there, Marvin Gaye ripoff artist. Anyway, he's in trouble for this, so good luck to you there, Robin Thicke. I hope you wore, you know what I really hope? I hope you wore his Beetlejuice suit to the trial.
Foot Locker uniform?
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And then when he says I object, you know, because they do that in the lawyer's supposed to do it, but sometimes the client gets all excited and jumps up and says I object. I hope he had a big foam finger that he used to rub all over what's her name when he does it.
Your Honor, hold on, let me save this one for later.
Objection. Orange is the new black. We talked about we were going to do this yesterday. We ran out of time.
That's all right. We'll do it today. We'll do it live.
Turns out gay is the new straight for Orange is the new black. One of the big writers on that show, Lauren Morelli, is divorcing her husband and is now dating one of the stars of the show, Samaria Wiley. She's the very kind of little pixie. Yeah, Poussey is her name.
Poussey.
Yeah, that's exactly how you say it. Thank you for saying
exactly
that.
how you say it.
Yeah.
The one who grew up in France.
Yeah.
And
Orange is the new black. Orange isn't supposed to be black.
Orange is supposed to be black.
She grew up in France? I didn't know she grew up in France. That's interesting.
Well, the character, right? Because they showed her
right.
flashback, and she was
She's very pixie-ish. She's like a little
army brat.
She's like a little tiny person, like a little cute little thing. Anyway, her husband of 2 years, they've broken up and they're getting a divorce, and she's now dating one of the Netflix female stars, this Samara Wiley lady. They filed for divorce jointly and split amicably, according to court documents obtained by News. Morelli came out as gay via a touching essay in identities.mike in May of 2014. She explained that writing about protagonist Piper Chapman's relationship with her ex-girlfriend helped her to accept her own sexual orientation just months after marrying Basilone. The guy's name is Basilone.
That's right. Oh, you think it is Germany? Yeah, Hartwell says, I think it was Germany. He's like, that's right. Yeah, it was. She was in an army, like an army brat kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, look, here's my bottom line. If you're gay, be gay. And I'm glad she figured that out. That's fine.
Sure.
To me, this isn't that big a deal. I mean, it's a big deal for I feel bad for the guy because he's like, oh, man, my radar sucks.
I ruined her for other men.
Yeah.
I put her off men.
That's a twist.
Yeah.
Anyway, good luck to them. May all their, I don't know what they want to do. May all their the episodes of Orange is the New Black be funny and not serious. All right, moving on. That show's still considered a comedy, right? I don't think it's a comedy. I never have. Has funny moments, but
it straddles that line. It straddles that.
Don't you think it straddles it more on the drama side, though? Don't you think it's hanging on that side of the fence more
I
than
would
the
say
comedy
probably
sense?
more drama than comedy. Yeah, I'd go along with that, especially second season.
Yeah.
Second season did have a lot more darker elements.
Yeah.
Than the first season. My browser just crashed again. Are you kidding me?
Chrome is
I
not
closed that
liking
window.
you.
I opened it up so that I could see the article.
Yeah.
And
took a poop. Well,
took a big poop.
Thanks, Chrome.
Thank you, Chrome.
We appreciate it.
Batting 1,000 this week.
Here's something that won't give up on you. It's tweakedaudio.com. Go to tweakedaudio.com, buy some earbuds, put them in your head, and you'll be like, oh, well, this is nice. And you'll realize, man, I should have had these a long time ago. And not only that, you'll be glad how much money we saved you because you can use the code STREAM at checkout and save yourself 33%. Buy gum. Go check them out at tweakedaudio.com today. We are going to take a break. When we come back, the Fitness Geek will be joining us. He's got stuff to say about things. I have no idea what. Maybe fitness this week. Who knows? You know, it's been a while. It's mostly been about cosplay.
We got to ask him about the cosplay community and Times Square cosplay people
and Vegas people. I want to know where they stand on that. We'll get to that here in a bit. No jury today. He's flying. He's on an airplane right now, so we will not have him today. No jury. Which means the show may end at a decent time, which would be interesting to see how that happens on a Tuesday.
Weird.
We'll do all that, but first, music. What do you got for me?
Sure. Well, this one goes out to Mark. He wrote in, said, "Morning, Scott and Brian.
Hi.
14 years ago on September 16th, my wife married me and over the years has put up with me. While it has not always been smooth sailing, we've managed to work out our problems. What can I say other than I would be lost without her and love her more than she can know. If you could play a cover of the song I Do by 98 Degrees, as that was the song we danced to and chose for our wedding dance. Love the show. You've helped me get through some tough days. I'm lost without TMS when you miss a day, even if I'm usually a day behind." Signed, Mark LaViolette. Well, Mark, I don't have any covers of that. Actually, the only cover I had of anything 98 Degrees was a collegiate a cappella cover of one of their tunes that I didn't think was good enough for the show. But I decided, well, let's see if I could at least stick in the same vein as 98 Degrees and maybe go with another boy band. How about the Backstreet Boys?
Oh, all right. I Want It That Way. Is that them?
That is them. That's them. But that's not the song you're going to hear.
Okay.
You're not going to hear it that way.
All right.
This is Larger Than Life by the group Culture Serial Killers. From their album Better Living. This is a great cover of the Backstreet Boys tune. Am I stalling long enough for you to get this?
Oh, I'm totally ready. Yeah,
all right, good. Yeah. Thank goodness.
I've turned a new leaf here.
Which for some reason is written here as Larger Than Life.
I was going to ask you, is it Larger Than Live or is that a typo?
I think that must be a typo.
Because it's a pretty good name if they mean it, but it's one of those titles where you're like, did they screw that up?
I think that's a typo, but I always thought it was Larger Than Life. That makes you larger than life. But you know what? We'll figure it out.
All right. Well, let's play it now.
The song.
Yeah. Here it comes then. Stay tuned for other stuff. So
And at that moment, half a world away, Countess de la Sparosa puts the plan into operation.
That's the word I've been waiting for. Stock's precious attaché case is as good as mine. All I need do is visit the mad thinker. Oh, that paltry sum offered by those fools behind the curtain is a mere bagatelle to me. I can hold the case for ransom to the free world for 1,000 times that amount.
This is our
An attempt is made.
It's funny. He goes right up his neck.
Yeah, it looks like he's getting a feeding tube or something.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever watch? Were you a big MASH fan when it was on?
Sure, I loved MASH.
Do you? I remember always being shocked and appalled anytime anybody on MASH would have to get an emergency tracheotomy because it always involved like a pen or something.
Right. Yeah. I remember. Yeah. Hawkeye had to. Somebody had to walk Radar through doing a tracheotomy when they were stuck behind enemy lines and
like via phone or something, or they were hurt or something.
Ballpoint pen, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Still leaves a little bit of scar on me, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that
because it's like, what? You can do that? I don't want to know you can do that.
Yeah. Oh, two things have happened since you and I just spoke. Quick update. My wife. Beep 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 beep. Text from my wife. Beep beep beep. Brian Ibbott's check is in the mail. I owed you a check. It's in the mail.
Okay.
All right. So there's business piece number one. Number two.
Dude, I want people to, think of this, you and my relationship as purely, friendly.
Well, that was for the.
There's no monetary stuff involved.
Well, that's for the what we're calling massages. That's what that was for.
Oh yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, that's the
that
terminology.
Is outside the purview of the show.
Yeah. Don't forget about the terminology there. All right, I'm gonna text Bill because I don't know where he's at.
Bill.
Hey Bill, you coming, Bill? Hey Bill. Damn it, Bill. Coming. I'm gonna say FERT because FERT lightens things up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So did I tell you when Bill was here, all my kids did was run around doing that voice the whole time, going, "Hey Bill, Bill, hey Bill," and I don't know why. It came kind of from Jill, but Bill and. I don't know. It's weird. Very odd. Speaking of which, here you go.
Jill!
Give me one. Give me one.
Jill!
Jill! Okay, now tell the difference, everybody. Here's mine.
Jill!
Here's Brian's.
Jill!
It's pretty good. It's hard to tell the difference.
You were almost a Jill sandwich.
Jill sandwich.
I'm not Jill.
Oh, sorry.
Wesker.
Jill. So you're safe.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh my gosh.
Barry.
Jill.
All right, fine.
That's the greatest. That is the greatest voiceover.
It really is the greatest thing
video
ever
game
done.
History.
Oh, he says his computer's being slow. All
Aw.
right. Well, I understand, Bill. Oh, whoops.
What are we supposed to do about it?
Jeez, man. All right, we'll try to add him one more time. See if this works. It's been fine, though. It's been lovely talking to Brian. I mean, we don't get a chance to talk very often.
No. I like that. You said there were two things.
I forgot the other thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to see here. Yeah, there is no other thing. I thought I had another text, but it was Corinne's about the bees. She's teaching me about the birds and bees. That's her job. The penis goes into the vagina.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
I think I just taught a bunch of kids in the backseat of somebody's car.
Yeah,
birds and bees.
that should be a job for other people.
Yeah, I don't want to do.
Parents.
Listen, I'm not here to parent for you. They're your children. Don't let me tell you how to do it. But do let Bill Duran come on the show occasionally and talk to you about stuff. And I'm going to play his theme. Here we go. Whoa, hold on. Hang on. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
No, not that. There it is.
Yay.
Bill Duran, everybody. It's the fitness geek himself. Hello, Bill. What's going on, Bill?
I hope they play that at my funeral. It's gonna be awesome.
Just that's the sign that everyone needs to sit down and be
over
quiet.
and over. Yeah, exactly.
That's a terrible idea.
You know, Bill was a man of many words, but we'll always think of him like this.
Honey, that was the worst funeral I've ever been to, people would say. It'd be fantastic. Bill, it's good to have you back. And,
1-star reviews from Bill's family.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So we got to address this question right up top, and then we can get into whatever you have planned. I want to know, where does the cosplay community at large stand on the Vegas Strip and New York people
Times
that are
Square,
all that
Providence
cosplay?
Chinese theater stuff. What was going on there?
It's weird because I've heard people, like, if you
if you try and do that at a convention, what someone was saying like, "Oh, I'll put a tip jar in my Iron Man suit," like, it's not that it's like a faux pas or anything, but no one would tip you. You know, like it's just an environment where that's not expected.
Right. So when they do it, let's say somebody dresses up like, in sometimes pretty good costumes. Like I've seen a pretty good Bumblebee costume in Vegas, and I think, man, that looks like a Transformer. That's insane. But underneath it all, they're this like, miserable cocaine habit needing to feed guy who's scrambling to get as much tips as he can.
Usually with a criminal record, according to the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those guys are usually in trouble.
Yeah, there's a time and a place for all that sort of stuff, and it's in that place and that time, it's accepted, and that's what people do. And those guys actually make pretty good bank doing it.
Yeah, they probably do all right. But I mean, is it something that like cosplayers that go to say Comic-Cons and all the kind of cosplay proper places, is there just this discrimination? I'm wondering. Is there like some kind of built-in upturned nose going on?
I don't think so. Mostly, and this is stuff I talk about all the time with the whole cosplay community. People do it for their own reasons.
Yeah.
And most people I know do it. Like I'm willing to bet that dude, maybe I shouldn't cast aspersions, but maybe that dude dressed up as Bumblebee isn't the biggest Transformers fan. He just knows that people are, and that they would love to see and get their picture taken with.
So it could be a completely business choice, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Oh, totally, yeah.
And that's not to
What's
say
a Bumblebee?
People who dress up for conventions might pick their character because they know that Bumblebee will get a lot of attention, and that's what they want. So people do it for their own reasons.
Sure.
But I just find in the cosplay community...
Are you saying those women who dress up in the really scantily clad cosplay outfits are doing it for attention?
No.
Are you saying that someone who dresses up as an undead Draugr from Skyrim is doing it for the attention?
No.
But you love Skyrim, so I mean that's
Yeah, exactly.
And
I guess they love Leeloo Dallas.
Sure.
Yeah. And who doesn't love Leeloo Dallas?
Who doesn't love Leeloo Dallas?
Who among us? Be the first to say you don't love her. Right.
But I found in my adventures that most of the people in the cosplay community are doing it because it's an extension of their fandom. With these things that they enjoy, this is their expression of how they enjoy these things. So I don't know. I don't care if those guys want to go dress up like Batman or whatever in front of the theater and make a few bucks doing it, then awesome, good on them.
Do you ever see fisticuffs and brawls and other cosplay kind of stuff? Like you ever see at a convention, like some guy's mad because some dude looks like he may have stolen your plans for the head mask he made or whatever?
That would be kind of funny though, because like I might dress up like Robin, Batman's sidekick. But like if things went down between me and a Joker, it would be like two nerds fighting is what it would look like. It wouldn't be like Robin and Joker throwing down.
Right. It would be like the vertical slap fight.
Stop it. No.
Well, that's why I think I like these fights, because they just look ridiculous. You know? Because nobody, I mean, the one truth you learn about, say, a truly good Batman costume that mimics the movie is how ridiculously bad it makes, Batman's mobility. He's terrible at moving.
Can't turn his head.
Yeah.
Just coming in from the side, he won't even know you're there.
Yeah. And again, I imagine, especially people in really complex sort of prosthetics and stuff, that'd be the worst fight ever. It would just be awful.
Yep.
But I'm all into seeing those, so that's the voyeur in me.
New series from Scott Johnson.
That's right. Fighting cosplay.
Fights.
It's interesting. I don't know. I just think it's I mean, like you said, people do it for their own reasons. There are people, like you use the comparison, some people do it because, hey, people like Bumblebee, right? This will make me some money. Other people go, ooh, I really like Bumblebee and I want to show this off. And other people might be like, I love Bumblebee so much, I want to be him. And since I can't literally be him, this is as close as I can get to being him.
Yeah.
That's the span, right? Like that's pretty much covers most cosplay interest right there.
And it's not a one-dimensional cross-section either. Most people, their reasons for doing it are multi-dimensional. They love the character, they like the attention.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing to. All their friends are doing Transformers, and they're like, well, I guess I'm gonna be Bumblebee then.
Yeah. Now I'm going to mention a thing that a friend of mine told me after hearing shows with you on them and you being here in Salt Lake and stuff.
Okay.
And he asked me this question: and it kind of surprised me. So he was saying that he knew a friend who was involved in a cosplay community that had evolved from the originally just interest in robotic cosplay, like prosthetics and stuff to make you look like a Borg or, like more like a robot. Right. A good example would be what's her name in Guardians of the Galaxy, Nebula, for example, where she's so metalled out that she's basically an android. That community turned into. He compared it to the furry thing, which I don't know enough about to ever say anything about, so I don't understand it. But he says that they are now a big group of people who only like to dress up as robots, go to hotel rooms, and do it.
Okay.
So my question to you is,
I'm glad all those people found each other.
Yeah,
I think that's great.
I sure, why not? Like, I guess that's kind of my attitude on it. Like, why not or whatever. But is I assume the cosplay community itself, though, is pretty non-judgmental of all of these factions, right? These subgroups or groups that are a little bit more underground or whatever. There's probably a real open mind toward all of that.
There's a higher incidence of that, but you would be surprised how many people are like, I dress up like characters in public, and that's where they set their line.
Yeah.
And if anyone goes, in their view, beyond that line, they will criticize them. I don't. I make space guns in my basement for a living, so I don't really have room to judge.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
Right.
But some people do. Some people will set a really hard line for what they're willing to do. Actually, it was funny. I was at Salt Lake Comic Con, and did you see the Merry Men running around?
I did.
From Robin Hood,
I did.
Men
Those
in
were
Tights?
great. Yep.
They were amazing.
Yeah.
And I told the guy, I was like, I want to do the Merry Men. I want to dress up as the Merry Men, let's say. And only when they were all women, when they pretended to be women.
Yeah.
They looked amazing.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, oh, yeah, well, I kind of draw the line here at tights.
That's as far as he was willing to go.
Yeah,
That's
which
out of
is
my
fine.
comfort zone.
Yeah.
This is totally fine. Sure.
So, he wasn't being judgy or anything, but
Sure.
people just draw their lines in different places. I don't like when people say, oh, this is how you do it, and here's where the line is, and anyone that goes beyond that line is a weirdo. We're all pretty weird, I think.
To each their own lines, I say.
Yeah.
Have whatever lines you want.
Sure.
I just don't like long lines that I have to wait in. That's the only line I don't like.
Not a fan of those.
Yeah, that one I'll cast aspersions on. All right. Did I say dispersions? I meant aspersions. Is that what I meant? Yeah. Why did I say dispersions? Dispersal. Anyway. Hey, Bill, what's going on? Do you have? I assume you had other things beside me asking you questions today. What do you got? What are you doing? What's going on?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing the old. I'm definitely still on like a maintaining curve.
Yeah.
I was worried because I was away for 10 days and I didn't eat terribly, but I didn't work out at all.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I tried. No, that's a lie. I didn't try.
Yeah, you didn't try at all.
But when I got home, I weighed myself. I hadn't put on any weight, which was nice. And just continuing to go on. Living, I've been doing it for long enough now. I've been sort of fit for about 4 years now, where when I take 10 days off, it's such a small chunk of my overall, like the long-term thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really much impact. And I'm starting to feel really good about that.
Yeah.
So what I'm really curious, Scott, is where you're going to be in 3 or 4 years, because you have recently made a massive change in your life.
Sure.
And I'm looking forward to seeing how it sort of plays out.
Well, there should be new goals, right? Like, you got the weight loss is right where I want it to be. I'm like 197. Yep. That's where I wanted to be. Doctor said don't go, for your height and age, don't be lower than 195. So stay between like 195, 200 is where I want to be. So I'm where I want to be. Now it's a toning exercise.
Right.
Because here's what I've learned. And for some people, this is more drastic. If you lose 200 pounds, you got a bunch of excess hanging on, like a lot of stuff you got to tuck away, or, some people have it surgically removed or whatever.
Yep.
But even if all you have for a tall, slender 6'4" guy and all you did was lose 50 pounds, there's like some excess, there's some flab hanging from places I don't like.
Right.
And so my goal is to start doing, and have started doing, weight routines and other things that will tighten up loose ends, for lack of a better way of saying it. That's my goal, is to take that, basically my man flaps, and put them in a place that is less obnoxious. So that's kind of my next stage, which hopefully means leaner all over, like more muscle, less soft tissue.
That's good though. I mean, it's a good long-term sort of thing, and it's the sort of thing where, like, if you traveled for a week or two and you kind of fall off the wagon, there's very little impact overall, and because it's such a tiny percentage of your life as a fit person, that you can feel okay about that too.
Right.
So long as that's it's kind of cool when you do it over a long period of time, how these little bits of indiscretion, let's say, are the minority, the exception. Whereas before, like, I know for me, the week where I was working out and eating well, that was the exception, and I would do that once every 6 months and not lose any weight.
Right.
So, yeah, long term, woo!
Yay for long term, right?
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. That and just build a routine of maintenance that is healthy and stuff. I found, like a couple of days ago, I realized I kind of screwed up. I didn't eat a lot 2 days ago, but all I ate was like veggie chips and dip and I want to say some kind of weird bean thing, but it was not like well-rounded meals at all. There's like, I had no fruit that day. Like, that's another thing I really want to do, is get my diet in a place where consistently I am copious amounts of veggies, fruit, and things that are good for me. And even if I'm eating something that's good for me, not just eating just that all day, because I've done that before. It's like, well, these vegetable baked chips are really good for you, it turns out, but probably shouldn't eat the entire bag, and that's all I had, Like, that's an area I want to improve on, because I do tend to fall into a trap once in a while where it's like, oh, there's a bag of that. That'll be my meal for today. That's not good.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's cool getting a chance to actually hang out with you for like a full-on day. I could see how conscious you were about every food decision you made.
I'm much more picky than I used to be.
Right, and I find myself doing this too. Now, I might still make a terrible decision. But I'm aware that I'm making a terrible decision.
It's not like, I think this Twinkie would be just fine. I don't know.
I mean, half the pizza should be fine, so why not eat the other half?
You could argue awareness is, 60% of the battle.
Right.
Because for me it used to be, I don't know what I ate today. Someone would say, well, you feel bad. What'd you eat today? I don't know. Freaking, it's a blur.
Cool. When you go through weight loss and you really put all the effort in, like, I can tell you exactly everything I ate yesterday. I know what it was. Even if it's stuff I feel guilty about, I still know, and I'm still aware of it. I could probably tell you what I ate the last week, actually. I just remember it's so important to me to know what it is I'm putting in my body now, that it's part of who I am.
That's probably the biggest point at which I fail at losing weight, or at least maintaining, is that I'll do the exercise, I'll do the workouts, but I don't keep track of what I eat. I don't necessarily. I'm aware that I'm making bad food decisions, and that doesn't stop me from making them.
No,
it's like I don't know. It's like a discipline issue more than it is a not working out enough or not eating right.
Yeah, for me, I know that the biggest thing that helped me be more disciplined was when I started to see real results. I think when I hit I started at 230, over 230, and when I hit 215 ish. I was like, hey, that's like a significant portion of body weight there. And that spurred me on. But getting over that initial hump was really hard.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I mean, may we all find the thing that needs to be done and do it. Gosh dang it. Mm-hmm. That's the big kicker, right? Because even though, so I lost 50 pounds and I went, well, that seemed impossible, but I did it. Now what? These other 5 impossible seeming things.
Yeah.
And
what's funny though is now those things that were impossible before seem less impossible. I can probably do that.
Yeah, actually, close. It does. Although, the idea that I could be firmed up and muscly sounds like banana talk.
Isn't that?
Yeah.
With 6-pack abs. And,
right. That doesn't seem right. And part of it is my brain goes, it's too late for that, Scott. You should have been doing that when you were 22. What are you talking? You can't do that now. I hear that voice.
You'll be surprised though. Like when I got down into the low or the high 100s, let's say, and I was at the gym working out, and I was like, my arms look pretty good. What is that? There's like definition and little bumpy muscles coming out. I was like, I'm a nerd. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, it is. And I do like those surprises. You just kind of are doing the work of it, and then one day you notice, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's why I did this. The weight loss was like that for me. Because about half my weight I'd lost before BlizzCon last year, and everybody there's like, whoa, you lost weight. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess I have. Like, you never really think about it until you're kind of down the road a little bit. So hopefully if I do this right, 6 months in, I'll go, oh, when did I have pecs? When did that happen? Right now, they're more like packs, but whatever.
Catch a glimpse of your calves in the mirror. Like, my.
Yeah, they're...
Whose wonderful legs are those? Oh, my God, they're mine.
Good Lord, I'm staying in the house all day today. Well, good stuff. Anything else before we send you on your merry way?
Sure. I just put out a new ebook on my old website.
Oh, I saw the email. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, if you go to punishedprops.com, the Foamsmith Trilogy, the part 2 on all about finishing and painting your foam armor. And it's like $5. And even if you don't like, if you're not thinking about making armor, there's a lot of really good painting techniques and stuff in there, so it's worth checking out.
I like the term foam smith a lot.
I need to copyright that or something.
It's pretty good. Foam smith.
Yeah.
Where can they get it though? Punishedprops.com, obviously.
Punishedprops.com. There's a big old link there that says Punish Props, or no, it doesn't say it. It says Foam Smith Volume 2 available now.
Nice.
Click on that.
Well, that's what you want. That's awesome. It's Bill Duran, everybody. Chinbeard on Twitter. Punishedprops.com, of course. And just search the internet for Draugr, and you'll be have him smeared all over your life. Bill, take it easy, man. Have a good week.
See you guys.
Bye now.
See you, Bill. Bill. See you, Bill.
See you, Bill. Hey, Bill. Have a good day, Bill. All right, that's it. We're done. I don't have any emails or anything. I know.
No emails?
We're early. Well, I could whip one out if you want.
We could probably write a song. Seeing as Blurred Line was written in half an hour, we could probably come up with.
Totally could, right? Let's just make music. Let's be rich.
Right.
All right. I'll give you here's an email. All right.
All right.
Marcio Montoya said weird Jello and Squid Ink.
Oh,
those are our
okay,
names.
cool. Yeah, talking about Squid Ink yesterday, making the black Burger King burger. It's not supposed to be black. I saw a picture of that finally. That thing is horrifying.
It's nasty. Why would you eat that? It looks like a burger that sat out too long.
That's a bad food choice, it seems like.
That looks like a post-apocalyptic zombie movie burger that the guy found digging through an old mall and found a burger and couldn't eat it because it was too old. Do you remember Journey to the Center of the Earth? Do you remember that movie?
Yeah, the recent one? With,
no, the old one, ancient one. Like one from the 60s.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, there's a scene in there
Roughly, yes.
where they go down and they find the lost city of Atlantis under the earth, right? Mm-hmm. And they go into this place and they all get excited because they're starving. And there's a big pile of bread, like round bread, baked bread, sitting on this pedestal.
Okay.
And I remember them running up to it. This is such a vivid memory as a kid. They run up to that big pile of bread and they grab one of them, and it just disintegrates the minute they touch it. That's how I picture this black burger.
Just like
it's this awful thing. Yeah, it's just not right. That shouldn't exist. Anyway, Marcio. Oh, you know what I should do is see if Richard replied. Hold on, I was gonna check real quick.
Oh yeah,
because that would be funny.
It would be funny to get a follow up from Richard and say, "Hey."
And it appears nothing from Richard. Oh,
okay.
Wait. I did. I got a follow up.
Oh, good.
Oh, I don't know if I should read this. Should I?
Sheep. I don't know. Is it?
It says I Sheep 2, The Sheepening is the name of the email.
Okay, so I'm glad he's got a sense of humor about this.
He says /troll mode off. He says, first let me point out just last week you made a disparaging remark about the Samsung G Watch, which you couldn't remember the name of. Over the course of the show, you make jokes about Android devices and the people who use them. I don't think so.
I don't think we do. I'd like examples of that.
I would like some examples of that. I don't think we've ever done that. I couldn't remember the name of the Samsung G Watch, and that's also not an Android or a Google problem. That's a Samsung problem. I don't like Samsung products. That's got nothing to do with their Google initiatives. I did write this email while peeved at those who truly think the new iPhone and watch are innovative. I don't think the new watch is innovative. In fact, I think I made the comment that this is, once again, what Apple does. They kind of wait for the market to do what it's going to do, and then they come out with their own thing and then try to dominate it.
Yeah, there are other watches that connect to smartphones that don't connect to anything, that just, it's great that it communicates well with the iPhone.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that.
But it's not the first on the block to do any of that.
No, of course not. And Android's done the old argument that Android's done this for years. Now finally the iPhone's doing. Well, yeah, okay,
right,
sure.
Yeah, the whole size of the iPhone 6 is, I think, based on the popularity of the size that Android devices have.
Yeah, there's some proof. Some proof the 4.7s and the 5.5s have been popular. So why wouldn't they respond to market conditions anyway?
Yeah.
What I have honestly noticed while listening to you and Brian over the last few years, there's very little discussion of Android overall. This show's not a tech show about phones, though. This is the part I'm having a hard time with. When Tom is on,
a segment called Android Poop, then you'd be getting it.
Well, it even says except when Tom is on. And yeah, but that's what Tom's segment is, a tech segment. Mm-hmm. We don't talk about tech very much, but we might talk about our personal lifestyles, which involve Apple stuff. Maybe that's what he means.
But I think his point, and there's some validity to that, is that when Apple has a big unveiling, we do talk about it on the show. But when Samsung comes out with the Galaxy 5 Sport, we don't talk about it on the show. We don't say, by the way, Samsung came out with this new Galaxy Sport, like in our general discussion.
Yeah. I don't know. He's saying we could be. He's just saying we could be more objective.
Yeah.
If I was constantly bashing Android, I'd agree, but we don't.
Sure. No.
I just don't use Android. That doesn't make me anti-Android or pro anything else. It just means I don't use it. That's all it means. Mm-hmm. So I just want to make that, He says troll mode off, by the way. He says Leo Laporte uses a Samsung Note 3, true professional podcaster that knows what's up, he says at the end.
Wait, say that again?
He said Leo Laporte uses a Samsung Note 3, true professional podcaster there who knows what's up, he says. Whatever. He also uses iOS devices and constantly gets accused of being an Apple fanboy. So I don't know which way you want to go, man. Which way you want to go. I can't have that conversation anymore. But Richard, good on you, buddy. I am getting so much spam lately in our email.
Oh, yeah. I've been getting just a lot of spam in general.
That's getting past the spam stuff.
Yes,
I don't understand what's going on. Anyway, one final email. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is probably.
Oh, wait. Dick Richard in the chat room. Is that you?
Is that you, Dick Richard? Hey, Dick Richard. What's up? Guess what? We haven't talked. You know what's funny, Brian? We haven't talked about Android or iOS for 2 whole episodes, except for his email.
Except for Richard.
It's the only time it's come up. I think he's cherry picking and hearing what he wants to hear. That's what I think.
I did mention my displeasure for Google Chrome lately, but I don't know if that
does that count. I don't know if that counts.
I don't think it counts. Yeah.
Dear Scott and Brian, says Chris Newman, you guys are so far out of line. ... for being too nice.
Aww.
Let's be honest. It's best not to be in line. To be in a line, because things are terrible anyway. I'm not sure what he means.
Being in line, lines are terrible.
Just writing this email to remind you guys that even though you catch flack from some people, you are still greatly appreciated by an even larger portion of your listeners. As you very well know, you can't please you cannot please them all. You both have been inspirations in my podcasting and a constant reminder that there are still nice people in the world. Keep up the great work, guys. F the troll, though. Chris Newman. Now, I'm not saying that was aimed at Richard. That wasn't my point here. I just pulled this randomly, just in case Richard's worried. If Dick Richard's really in the chat room.
No, apparently it's not really him. He's kidding.
All right. Well, also he
somebody changed their name to Dick Richard to say that, yep, I work for Samsung. And
wow.
That's funny.
There's also an email here about HBO is seriously considering going online with their subscription-based service.
Yeah, I saw that. That'd be nice.
That's
HBO
a big deal
for all.
That's a big deal.
Willing to pay.
I would do it.
Me too.
All right.
Me too.
I'm pretty sure that's all we got here.
All right. Well, that's all right.
Yeah. Lots of good emails. Thank you guys.
We got
for
a good
those.
song to close with, so that'll eat up some more time.
That's the rumor. In fact, let's get to it now. Before I do it, just tell you guys real quick how you get the hell onto this show or do things with us. First of all, patreon.com/TMS is how you can support the show. It means a lot to us when you do that. Please go do so. Help us unlock future cool stuff. October holds a pretty nifty idea. We're pretty excited about that coming, so watch for that. Live show times and stuff over at frogpants.com/live. You can catch the show 8 a.m. Monday through Thursday every day here on the Frog Pants Network at frogpants.com/live. There is a very small chance there will be no PM edition. Depends on what family are coming in this week, and I got to figure that out, but I'll know by Thursday morning.
It's wedding week, people.
It's wedding
Come
week.
on.
Got to give me a break. TMS requests are for music sent to tiny.cc/TMS requests. We're at frogpants.com/TMS. All our links are there as well. Email us, themorningstream@gmail.com, and on Twitter, follow us. Coverville, Scott Johnson, and Morning Stream. All right, Brian, what do we got?
And you know what? I will make this promise that if there's not a TMS PM, I will hop on the stream and play all requests from TMS listeners that I've been able to get to. So like when people have sent in requests and we just didn't have the time to get to them, which happened a lot yesterday. There was a lot of stuff that came in yesterday.
Great
and I
idea.
get to it. So I'll do that on close to TMS regular PM time. Maybe
we'll let you guys know. That morning you'll know, and then that will be something you can look forward to if that's
There
how
you go.
it turns out. Okay.
All right. So Jeff emailed in, said, the 16th represents the second anniversary of my fiance and I getting together.
Goodness.
And I was hoping you could play our recently favorite song, Love Again by Pentatonics. She loves Avi, who sings bass, but I know she always chooses me in the end. Love the show, though. Jeff.
Wow.
So this is one of those things. So Pentatonics has been releasing some great cover albums or mix of cover and originals. They actually have another one coming out in a couple of weeks, Pentatonics Volume 3. But these guys had that fantastic Daft Punk cover medley that had like a whole bunch of different Daft Punk songs all merged into one.
Oh, I remember
So
this.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. This song "Love Again" is actually an original. It's not a cover. You'll find it on their brand new Pentatonics PTX Volume 2 CD, and like I said, I'm looking forward to Volume 3 coming up very, very soon. It's "Love Again." It's Pentatonics, and it's going out to Jeff and his fiance.
All right. We will be back tomorrow with a brand new show. Tom's back in town. We'll have a little tech segment and new Current Geek this week as well, everybody. Looking forward to that. Justin and I'm hoping Anthony Carboni will be on with us, which will be fun. So watch for that. New Boop show went up yesterday. And what else is new? Is there any other new stuff? No, it's not a current. Or let's see, today. No, next week, brand new Comic Dorks every other week on that show. Anyway, there you go. It's Love Again. We'll see you tomorrow.
This podcast is part of the Frog Pants Studios Network. For more information about this and other shows, visit frogpants.com. Audio program so good, it's like you're there.
Super Helmet 7.
Super Helmet 7.
That's 7 helmets, or it's just one helmet? It's just super.
It's Super Helmet 7. I don't know, but what is that? Is that a show? Was that a thing?
Super Helmet 7.
I don't remember it at all.
I don't know.
I like that song a lot, though.
Oh,